All right. So welcome back. Welcome back to this channel. So as the thumbnail suggests, right, in this video we're going to learn about chain of thought prompting, more specifically automatic chain of thought prompting. And I think this is I think this is quite some new, quite a new field or quite a new technique that has come after large language models, right? So I think I'm going to devote, I'm going to dedicate like the next two videos, or probably the next video also, this video and the next video, uh, for chain of thought prompting. So basically, in this video, we're going to get a like a high level overview of what chain of thought prompting is, and we're also going to uh, we're also going to read a function or read a paper which suggests automatic chain of thought prompting, right? Which no, it's a technique through which we could build automatic chain of thought prompters. Like we could like automatically, right? We could get chain of thought prompts, which we'll also study, which we'll also learn. And also we have a workbook, through which we could like experiment in real time, like what automatic chain of thought prompting does. Let's first so we're going to like read this paper. Definitely like not read this paper because it has like 43 pages. It is like quite a big paper, so we'll not be reading everything. I'll just go through the main parts, some mainly the images. In this video we're going to mainly go through the images. In the next video I'm going to make a more extensive video on this paper with different, I think there are some very interesting patterns that they have found, interesting features and interesting things that they have found in this paper, I'm sure. This is very like the Google research team, right? Pretty smart people. Um, you know, they have wrote this paper. So there are quite some insights. There are many insights. So uh, in this video, we're just going to go through this paper in a more high level manner. We're just going to go through examples to just understand why chain of thought prompting is better and what chain of thought prompting generally is. Uh, in a So first of all, what chain of thought prompting is? Well, simply, right, when you are providing a prompt to a model, for example, if you have a large language model, LLM, uh, in order to make the model, uh, in order to make the model, well, in order to make the model have some understanding of what the task the model has to perform, right? If in order to make the model understand what output it has to give to say some specific input, we'll do something called few shot prompting, right? So in few shot prompting, uh, so rather than directly asking the question, right? For example, we have this question here, some mathematical question. Rather than directly providing the question to the model, we'll basically provide a completed we'll provide model with a previous completion, right? We'll have a previous completion, right? We'll have a question answer. So we'll provide an already finished completion in the prompt, so that the model could really understand what the task is, what the model has to predict. And then after that, after providing this completion, we will provide the model with the question that we are currently asking. And the model would, and hopefully the model would give answer exactly like the previous completion. Maybe not exactly like, but maybe the model does understand what the task is and maybe answer relatedly. Of course, giving importance to the question also. Right. So, but the problem here is that um, if we provide answers like that, if we provide completions like that, right? For example, in the prompt, right, we are providing completions, right? Completions refer to input and output that is already given to the model. In the prompt, um, so let's say we have this question: Roger has 5 tennis balls. He buys 2 more cans of tennis balls. Each can has 3 balls. How many tennis balls does he have now? The answer is 11, right? 2, 3, 6, 6 plus 5, 11, right? Pretty straightforward, right? But here, yes, the answer is 11. We do know that because we have calculated it. But the steps that the model took, or the steps that has to be taken to get to this answer, has to be done by the model, right? So the model has to do the preceding steps to this answer. In order to get the answer, there are some previous preceding steps, and sometimes these preceding steps are very very important to make the model understand, right? If we directly put another question, which is actually quite different, here we have to do like addition, right? 5 plus 6. Here, we have subtraction, right? The more cafeteria has 23 apples. So there's 20 to make lunch and bought 6 more. How many apples do they have? Right here we have to do like subtraction. And if we provide completions like that, and remember, large language models learn from data, right? So most probably based on these words, so based on this completion, they may really not understand how this completion has occurred, right? How we should get to that completion, or how we should get to the answer from the question. They might not completely understand that, so therefore they might just add thing, right? Just like this, right? They may just add something, and really the reasoning ability is lost here, right? The model does not really reason, just adds up, right? Based on the question, just takes in the numbers and just adds them. But so in order to provide the model with reason, like how we got an answer, we'll basically in the completion that we are providing, in the completion we are going to reason through the steps. So we'll go and say Roger started with 5 balls, 2 cans of tennis balls, each has 6 tennis balls. 5 plus 6 equals 11. 5 tennis balls each, 6 tennis balls. 5 plus equals 11. So basically here we provide reason. So we'll provide step-by-step process to get to the answer, right? We'll provide step-by-step process on how to get to the answer from the question. And now if we provide the same prompt, we'll get the correct answer, right? We'll get the model not only like predicts directly the answer, just dumbly, the model will not directly predict the answer, but the model will also reason through the steps on what it has to do in order to solve the problem. It will understand the problem, or it will reason through the problem, and we would basically trigger, or we'll just use the model's pre-trained knowledge. So it's a way of also like making them, or switching on the model's reasoning ability, because LLMs are definitely more powerful, very powerful. So in order to like trigger the model's reasoning ability, we could provide a completion like this. So model will try to replicate this completion, and so therefore we'll come up with a more reasonable and quite intuitive completion, right? So that is what we want, right? That is chain of thought prompting in a in a nutshell. That is what chain of thought prompting is. There are like 3 types of chain of thought prompting, right? I think I'm going to leave this paper. So there are 3 types of chain of thought prompting. There is zero shot chain of thought prompting, one shot chain of thought prompting, or few shot chain of thought prompting, and there is automatic chain of thought prompting, or zero shot chain of thought prompting, manual chain of thought prompting, and automatic chain of thought prompting. So basically, I'll just open some notes here. Right. So in zero shot chain of thought prompting, in zero shot chain of thought prompting, we are not going to provide any completions like we did here, right? Here we have provided the model with a completion, with one completion here. We have provided the model with one completion that we already have. So here we are not going to, in zero shot chain of thought prompting, we are not going to like provide the model with any completions, right? It is just going to be the question. We are just going to provide the question directly, but we are going to add a little text here, and text goes like this. Let's think step by step or something like that, right? So basically, after providing the text, after providing the question, or after providing the mathematical question, we'll provide this text. Let's think step by step, just to make sure the model thinks step by step, right? I mean, this might seem like pretty dumb, but this actually works, right? This actually does work in some cases, because we are telling the model what it should do. We are telling it that it should reason. Let's think step by step. It's like actual string. We'll provide this sentence inside the question. In the prompt, we are going to put this sentence just to make sure the model really thinks about it, not just answers, just like the completion, not just makes a random guess. And it's manual chain of thought prompting. In manual chain of thought prompting, we'll provide completions in the prompt, right? We'll provide completions, pre-written completions, which are written manually, right? Every question we ask will have the same completions. So if you want to like build maybe a product, if you're maybe building a product, in which maybe you're building mathematical, maybe calculator, an advanced calculator that solves problems from text also, maybe some IIT problems or something. Maybe if you're doing something like that, if you're using manual code, you should have some, you could have like many completions, many problems already solved, pre-solved problems. When you are maybe studying for some exams, right? Maybe if you're studying some maths exams, I think there are something called materials, in which there are like a lot of previously solved questions. If you guys go through these questions, you'll get an idea of how things work, right? That is what manual chain of thought prompting is. So we'll basically provide the model with many completions, many previous completions, uh, and this manual chain of thought prompting only works when you are completely sure that the new question that the user may ask is related to the completions that we have provided in the prompt, right? So we're going to provide many previous questions, solved questions, to the model, and then we should make sure only if the new question that will be asked is related to all the previous questions, only then where manual channel thought prompting works, right? Because we could just so we should hope that new question the new question should fit the description, or should be relevant to the uh, provided questions. There's something called automatic chain of thought prompting, which is what this paper proposes. Automatic chain of thought prompting large language models, which is quite a simple idea. It's actually pretty simple idea, but yet pretty powerful, I'll tell you. I'll just get down. So again, the problem with manual COT, the problem with manual chain of thought prompting is that it cannot handle diverse questions. And the problem with zero chain of thought prompting, it's quite straightforward, right? We do not provide any previous solved questions, maybe in the language of the student. We'll not be providing any previously solved questions, which may make the model lack understanding of the task it's solving. I mean, definitely. One more thing I want to tell you that chain of thought prompting doesn't necessarily have to be used in mathematical problem solving or some related to things. It could actually be used for a pretty diverse amount of tasks, right? So zero shot chain of thought prompting also works, but since we'll not be providing any completions, the model will lack understanding of the task, right? In manual chain of thought prompting, we will provide questions, but we cannot provide like many questions, because that will make a model maybe forget something, remember something, or maybe cross the limit of a prompt or something. So providing a lot of examples in the prompt doesn't also work, right? It will not work. So basically, we should build a system. The current need of the hour, what we should do is we should build a system that could really that could write the prompt for us, right? That could select relevant questions. So given the question, let's say if a user provides the computer with a question, so basically we should be able to find relevant completions to that question, right? We should find relevantly solved problems, already solved problems related to that question, right? Maybe related to that problem solved, or related to that functions, right? So we should be able to find a way to do that. We should be able to find a way to find relevant questions, which is actually quite simple in machine learning. So we should find relevant completions, and based on these completions, we will pass these completions in the prompt along with the question that the user asks, and the model will, the large LLM will provide us with the output. So that's how automatic chain of thought prompting works. Before that is the problem with manual chain of thought prompting, and that is how we solve the problem with uh, chain of thought prompting, right? That is everything that that have been said up to now, up to like here this paper. So this is automatic chain of thought prompting. So there are like two stages: automatic chain of thought prompting consists of two main stages. The first is question clustering, which is partitioning questions of a given data set into a few clusters. But first of all, we need a data set, right? We need a data set of questions. So basically, what we'll be doing is, before building the automatic chain of thought prompting, we are going to have a lot of database right? In the internet, we have a huge databases of chain of thought completions, right? Or maybe you could build, or maybe we could write chain of some completions based on our problem, right? We have like a lot of completions. So basically, we should build a data set that contains of many completions, many questions, and many chain of thought reasoning answers that reason through the process of what is done to get to the output from the input. So all the reasoning is written in textual form in the output. So therefore, we have huge database that consists of multiple completions, right? A lot of completions that along with their input and the output, the question and the answer, right? So we're gonna have many completions, and then what we're going to doing is what we'll be doing is the first stage. In the first stage, you're going to take these questions, right? We're going to take this question, and we're going to cluster these questions or classify. We're going to partition questions or divide these questions into relevancy, right? So we're going to get all the relevant questions in one. So we're going to divide the questions into different processes, right? Definitely the questions are going to be of different types, different process, different things will be done, right? And then we'll basically divide these questions based on related. So related questions will all be clustered out, right? And then the second step is demonstration sampling. Select a representative question from each cluster and generate its reasoning chain using zero-shot code with simple heuristics, right? So from each cluster, so we're going to divide all the questions into different clusters, right? So from each cluster, from each group of questions, we are going to pick one representative question, and we'll use zero-shot COT, zero-shot chain of thought prompting without prompting any completions. And we're going to generate the completion, right? We're going to generate the reasoning chain. So we're going to generate the complete reasoning chain. And yeah, this is the overall procedure, right? We're going to have many questions, and we're going to cluster these questions, relevant questions. We're going to cluster relevant questions, and we're going to pass these questions, right? We're going to pass representative questions into the LLM, and we're going to achieve some. We are going to achieve some completions. And I don't think we'll be having the answers here. Okay. So my bad. In the data set, we don't have to be having the answers, right? We will not be, there is no need of having the answers. Yeah. So there is no need of having the answers. So we'll directly use zero-shot thought prompting, and for each question, that we're going to get each question, and for each question, we are going to generate a chain thought or a reasoning chain with which each reason is provided, and this reason is actually outputted by the model. I think I mean definitely we could also do it with maybe human annotators, but maybe that is like too expensive in terms of human time. So therefore, we'll be using LLMs. So we'll be using LLMs to basically cluster these questions out. After clustering the questions, we're going to pick representative questions, and then we're going to get the completions. We're going to get the completions of each question from each cluster or representative question of each cluster, and we are going to provide all of these questions into the prompt as the context. So this is going to be the completions or the training data or learning data or previous solved questions. And again, this is solved by the model, right? And the LLM solves this thing, right? And then from this context or from this completion, from this solved problems, we could provide the new question, and the model will predict the answer, right? That I think that is what that has been told here. So in the second time, we will generate reasoning chains for those sampled questions and then sampled demonstration that satisfy our selection criteria. So there's quite something here. So that is automatic chain of thought prompting. Right? The idea is actually quite straightforward. Right? First, we'll be like dividing the questions into clusters, from the data set, and we're going to get representative question, get the reasoning chains, and then we are going to provide all of these types of questions. So basically, we are trying to get the diversity of questions. So using automatic chain of thought prompting, we are going to capture the diversity of questions, and we are going to select which questions to provide in the prompt, right? That is what we'll be doing using automatic chain of thought prompting. And then I want to show, like, so this is the GitHub repository. They have implemented, I think, maybe they did they implement it? Yeah, so they have a Colab notebook, I think, through which you can like experiment. And feel free to experiment after the video. You can just type in whatever prompt you want. But they have already like written some prompt for us, which may be of some use. Actually, I think I have it. I'll just open Google Colab. Okay. All right. So I'll just I'll just get my OpenAI API key and I'll run it. Right. So actually, we don't have you don't have to like run this file. The outputs are already here. So these are the outputs. So with zero shot call, this is zero shot chain of thought prompting. So they have used zero shot chain of thought prompting here. So this is the question. There were 10 friends playing a video game online and seven players quit. Right. Each player has 8 lives. How many lives did they have in total? It, number one, the question also quite confusing whether we should like calculate for the entire friends or the 3 remaining friends. Right? Maybe we should calculate for the 3 remaining friends. So it should be the answer should be 8 is 24, right? So each so there are 24 lives in total, but the model answers as out 80, which is no one wrong. The answer is wrong, and this is zero shot zero thought prompting, right? So no real. So I don't think this is even chain of thought prompting. So this is not chain of thought prompting. This is simply just zero shot, right? Zero shot means no chain of no. Let's think step by step or no keyword or not other any techniques. The straightforward method. And then with this is zero shot chain of thought. So chain of thought prompting method, in which we're going to have some text in the end saying let's think step by step or something. Yeah, we're going to have let's think step by step in the answer. So this is going to be the first text of the model, and based on this text, the answer will be predicted. And here, as you can see, the model tries to reason through everything. And the model tries to reason through everything, and basically will get the answer as 24, which is quite nice because we can also see the reasoning, right? I mean, we are not even like providing any type of completions, but the model is straightforwardly doing it, which is quite nice. The power of pre-training, because just providing simple line of let's think step by step makes a lot of difference, right? All right. So now this is manual chain of thought prompting. Manual chain of thought prompting will provide the model with a bunch of questions, right? A lot of questions will be given, and based on these questions, the model will try to get the best questions. And also, we're going to have completions also. In manual chain of thought prompting, there are also going to be completions which are written by humans. So human has to write these answers also. So we're going to have answers and questions, answer and question pairs, which are designed and wrote and answered by humans. So a lot of human effort are also needed for this. Whereas in automatic chain of thought prompting, there is no need for that. So basically, yeah. Let's look at the question. Um, so in a video game, each enemy defeated gives you 7 points. If a level has 11 enemies in total, and we destroy all but 8 of them, how many points would you want? Here, the question is also quite straightforward, right? There are 21 points, right? You should get like 21 points. But here, as you can see here, in the given completions that we have in the prompt, there is no similar question, right? So there is no similar question. There is no question that is similar to this question, right? There is no question in the given completion that is similar to this question, and because of that, model could not give the right answer because there are no related or there are no questions that are related to that question, right? Whereas using automatic chain of thought prompting, the model is we don't have to number one we don't have to provide any human annotators. We don't have to provide any human annotated questions and outputs answers. That is number one. And number two, relevant questions will be gathered, right? Only relevant questions will be gathered just to make sure, and we are going to increase our chance of finding relevant questions in the given context or a given completions, right? Which is very nice. right? And so therefore, here we're going to get the right answer, which is 21, which is quite nice, right? I mean, definitely we don't even have to like provide the answer. The model is going to write the answer by itself for the completions. So the completions will be automatically written, and then our answer will be our answer for the question will be well generated, right? So I think that is it for this video. And the main takeaway is that I wanted to learn what understand what zero shot chain of thought prompting is, why it is better than zero shot, just simply zero shot. I want you to understand what manual chain of thought prompting is, and that you have to understand that human annotator and a lot of work is required to build completions for manual chain of thought prompting. And number three, automatic chain of thought prompting, in which the model will, number one, generate the answers for the question by itself, and also relevant questions will be inputted in the prompt, right? So that's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to do a bunch of maybe a deep digger, some deep digging inside chain of thought prompting. So that I think that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.